On average, I would say, in animation will take us, if we just measured it out and we were working just on that, I would say 4 months. It could be 3 to 5 months, maybe, but averaging about 4 months. We don't work on just one at a time. We get into one and we sort of, really get on a roll with that, but then at some point, one of us will get inspired or stuck, one of the two, and jump to something else. And that it's very possible, it's actually happened quite a bit, where he's working on one animation, I'm working on some totally other thing. I might be working on music for something we haven't even modeled yet, and he may be working on this whole set of drums for something that I haven't even thought of the music for yet. It really could go either way. When we finally completed the whole video album, when we look back, we go, wow, that took us 3 years, but how was it all divided up? And who knows? It's hard to even see where the time went because it's just so intertwined and so many things happening in parallel. Like I might have some various musical ideas I'm working on and we want to build some instruments that are specifically designed to play that particular piece of music. And more often than not, it's actually the opposite, where we get inspired for some crazy instrument idea or set of instruments, and we're working on developing those instruments, and I haven't even started writing the music yet. And the music will eventually sort of come out of, all right, now that we have these instruments, what kind of music should they be playing? Resonant chambers. Dave was building this whole kind of crazy, wacky, multi-necked, stringed lute, harp, crazy thing, and it was one of those situations where I'm working on some other stuff, probably some software, whatever I was doing, and he's, okay, can you give me some feedback? What do you want this to do? Is it going to have a bass, or is it, and I kept saying, I don't know, but it looks cool, keep going, just make more, make it cooler and stranger and more wacky. Finally, we had this crazy instrument that was absolutely gorgeous looking, and at that point I had to start figuring out, well, all right, what does this thing do? What music does it play? But we've also done it exactly the opposite. For example, Future Retro, the music was completely done, I think 2 years before we ever started trying to visualize it.
We try to, not have too many things that are like the same, so we try to have a variety of different types of animations, different looks. Some are sci-fi, it's more of an old-fashioned look. I spend a lot of time just making things look dirty and weathered and antiqued a little bit. The pogo sticks guys get off their stages and travel around and try to mix it up.
Of course, the other thing is having not just the variety of the visuals, but the variety in the music. It having turned out that our audience being as diverse as it is, you've got people who say, oh, I really love the acoustic stuff. Can you do more acoustic stuff? And then the next email we get is from someone saying, can you do more of the electronic stuff? That's my favorite. I really like all the science fiction, lasers and all that stuff, not so much the acoustic. And then someone will say, oh, do more classical music. The classical piece you did was the best. And someone else will say right after that, I liked everything except the classical piece.